Hey folks, Dee here and welcome back to Glam for the Gown, where I design a unique makeup look for a specific dance dress. I'll discuss a little bit how I design the look, but then I'll also show you how to do it. And you can either do this yourself or you can take it to your favorite makeup artist. Not just the eyeshadow, but also the lips and the face. If you love fun looks like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Is there a dress you'd love to see me do a look for? Put a link down in the description. And stay tuned afterwards for a little meet and greet with this dress, and we'll get to know her. The dress I have here with me today is Dragon Butterfly by Designs to Shine. It's a beautiful, smooth dress. She's got some lovely sleeves. She's got some gorgeous fabric here. It was so hard to choose which colors I wanted to use, so I used all of them. It's so gorgeous. I love it so much. Look at that! Look at that! Let's get started. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about these colors before we get started. As you can see, there's a lot to work with in the best way. We have these Jet AB up here with the Aurum gold, so we have kind of the pale gold fading into a pale green. We have the fringe that is brown and gold. We have all these stripes with this beautiful coppery topaz. We have these magenta and brown colors, and I really love these little like magenta scallops here. We have some lighter stones, some more purpley ones. We have these big black highlights. And then we have the scintillation of the chiffon, which is all sorts of colors, including neon at the bottom. So the way that I analyze this look is it is less structured down here and it becomes more structured as the eye is drawn up. So I want a relatively structured eye, because if it gets too crazy up top, it'll lose a lot of impact. And the other thing is you have more of this magenta as you go upwards, and I really want to bring out this color. This is a really awesome feature of this dress, and I think it needs to kind of have a very prominent place. So the eye is actually going to be pretty simple. This isn't quite like Painted Pose, where the fabric just sort of had this all over swirl. That was more or less pretty even all over as far as color, as far as like graphic lines. This is a little softer, so hard graphic lines in the eye isn't going to work quite as well. I want to do a little bit of liner that will mimic this, and it's also a really cool technique if you have hooded eyes or if you feel like you're drooping at the corner, so mature ladies as well. I really love up here, can you see that? Yeah. It's a pale green with the Jet AB and Aurum over it. This is the green I want to use. I think I'm going to leave the neons a little more muted. Well, let's see. Let's get there. Let's play with it. As far as face goes, the blush I used is just my little Vice Art palette. And I just went between this nice berry and this deep red to kind of create the magenta. And then for highlighter, I really wanted to accent that gold, so I used this Lancome dual finish highlighter in luminous gold. And this is very creamy highlighter, so it's not powdery, it goes on almost like a cream, which means it has crazy color payoff, as you can tell in that shine, like right here, or in the Cupid's bow, yeah. And so if you use a creamy highlighter, play with it first before you put it on, because it's very easy to overdo it, or it's very easy to spread it too far. And of course, you never want to get those in any lines you might have. So I'm going to start, like I always do, with my transition shade, and I'm going to use Urban Decay Blonde. I'm using blonde because it has warm tones in it and it's a little bit yellowy gold, which means it's going to go really well with the dress. but it's also going to be pale enough that it's going to contrast really well with the shadow I'm going to put up on my brow bone. Almost all the shadow I'm going to use today is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina palette. As you can see, it's got a lot of colors that are present in the dress, so we're going to use some of these browns. We're going to use these deeper tones, this magenta, but because we're really going to use a lot of glitter this time, the underlying shadows are only minorly important, but we're still going to use them. So I'm going to take some of this brown shadow, ginger, and I'm going to start in my crease and I'm going to blend it up into my brow bone just a little bit. I'm using a big fluffy brush, so medium fluffy brush. This is the Omnia Rose Gold pencil brush. And remember, if you have hooded eyes or you have more mature skin, you always want to check to make sure that the pigment is visible with your eyes relaxed. Now I'm going to go in with a natural hair. This is the yellow gold small crease brush, and I'm going to use this guy here, Credit. Like a deep reddish brown, and I just want to get it in the crease a little bit. Always start on the outer corner and blend inwards. Whenever you're blending dark shadows, you want to get plenty on your brush, but always tap it a little bit to make sure that you have control over the amount of pigment. Great, so now we have some nice contour happening. So I want to catch a little bit more of this orange in here and in the chiffon. So I'm going to warm this up a little bit with an orange shadow. If you like it with the brown, go for it. If orange really isn't your color, especially if you're very, very pink skinned or have just really intense red or pink undertones, maybe don't do the orange. A really nice alternative to the Jackie Aina palette is the Saharan by Juvia's. It has pretty much all the same shades that we're going to be using except for the white, yellow, gold. This is just a little bit peachy. We've seen this one before. I'm going to use the Tribe by Juvia's for that orange color. And I'm going to use this guy right here. Warmed that guy right up. Next, for the lid, I'm gonna use this guy Pinker here. It's a little on the purple side, but it's still a warm purple to match this magenta in here. And the reason I'm using it as a little more purple in it, not only do these stones have a little more purple in it, but when we put the glitter on top of it, it'll kind of bring it more into this mid-tone. And remember, any eyeshadow that we put glitter over, it doesn't have to be perfect. Not only because we're putting glitter over it, but also, remember, you're gonna be seen from a distance. It's more about making it big and making it visible than making it look perfect up close. If you wanna make sure you blend anything, blend the dark color in the crease into your warmer color higher on your brow bone, okay? For the inner corner, we're gonna do something special. We're gonna take this beautiful, like, neutral white gold here called Duolas, and we want a natural hair brush that's short and dense, because this is a thick, chunky kind of pigment. And I recommend using the Prep and Prime. And we're gonna go in the inner corner, pat it in. Blend it out a little bit, but not too much. All right, so there we go. It's a nice, fun base. Then we're gonna add some glitter to it. but I want to do a little bit underneath my eye first. I'm going to take a small flat brush, Moonglow Cosmetics. This is the neon green powder pigment. We just used this guy with Neon Net. I'm just gonna, there's just some in the cap here. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, just on the edge. I'm gonna start at the corner and I'm just gonna run it underneath my eye. So now we have a little bit of that neon accent. Because we're gonna do a little bit of a design with our eyeliner, I wanna use the Inglot gel liner with the Duraline. And I'm gonna meet it at the corner of where I have that dark color. But then, I'm gonna draw to about where my eye would start to fold. I'm going to cut that. Y'all see that? That's how I'm gonna do my wing. And it looks really fun, no matter what way your eye is open. Other side, same thing. Is it perfectly symmetrical? No. Do I care? Also no. Did I do my best? Yeah. And it's mostly symmetrical, but no face is perfectly symmetrical, so. Also, you've got a lot of colors going on, you got glitter to deal with, there's a bunch of ways to even it out, so don't worry about it too much and don't fret. And of course, practice makes perfect, so that's the point. For my bottom liner, I'm going to take one of my Marc Jacobs gel liners, and this one is in Earthquake. So it's a really nice brown, and I'm going to use that for this kind of beautiful brown. And I'm just going to go along my lash line. So now it's nice and deep, but I didn't go all the way to my inner corner. That's important. Hi, Muffin! Willie wants to say hi. Hi, hi, hi. What you sniffing? What you sniffing? He's sniffing. He's sniffing for something. You're such a good boy. Yeah. Glitter! I'm gonna do my top lid first, and I'm actually gonna do a little bit underneath. What is it? What is it? You wanna play? Is that it? The glitter on the bottom is actually going to be the same color as this adorable pterodactyl that is Willie's toy. Come on. Come on. So on the top, I'm gonna take a little pan and we're gonna mix two glitters. We're gonna mix She Devil and Glittergasm by Lit Cosmetics. She Devil has a really great green and gold holographic in it, and Glittergasm has magenta, red, and brown. About half and half. Always put the cap on. Oh yeah, that's the ticket. And this, we're just gonna put it all over the lid. Lid adhesive. Try not to spill anything. I recommend starting in the middle of the lid and working outwards. I'm gonna work it all the way to that corner. Yes. Stunning. Glitter mix is simply gorgeous. So there we go, we have the magenta mix up on top. There's always small victories in like choosing the right glitter. So for on the bottom, under that neon green, I want to use this fun glitter mix. Also by Lit, of course, pretty much all my glitter is Lit. This is My Lucky Charm. This was a limited edition glitter mix for St. Patrick's Day this year in 2020. It's so beautiful. It's got a little bit of gold. It's got a lot of bright spring green in it. So that's this spring green with the gold over it. Now I'm just gonna put just a little bit underneath from the corner to mostly to the inner corner. If it gets a little smeary in some folds under your eyes like I have, don't worry about it. As long as it's not running down your cheeks, it's fine. And even then, if it runs down your cheeks, that might look really cool, so. Super simple, super easy, just a tiny little line. Just enough for just a little bit of sparkle. Don't forget your Aqua Seal. Aqua Seal is like a top coat for glitter, kind of like you have a top coat for nails. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. All right, I'm gonna pop on some brows, some lashes, and then we'll talk about lip color. Alrighty, now let's talk about some lip. First, let's admire these lashes, yes. After much deliberation, I couldn't quite decide which one of these was the adventurous lip and which one was the chill lip, because they're both pretty chill, but either could be adventurous depending on what your style is. Some people find that they hate wearing anything orange on their lips, like orange is really not their color, so in that case that would be the adventurous one for you. Folks like me, I'm very warm toned, and so lipsticks that have berry undertones in them, so like the magenta, the red, that anything sort of like that red pink sort of area, it can be kind of rough on me. So for that, that's adventurous for me. So let me show you the orange one first, and then I'll show you the berry one. This is ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Cheat Code, and come on, focus, focus, focus. It's a really beautiful brown topaz orange, so it matches this perfectly. Brown isn't everyone's jam, orange isn't everyone's jam. So let's So as you can see, it's nice and warm, and it complements the rest of the shadows really, really nicely. It almost matches the shadow that we put on the brow bone and warmed up with that shimmery orange color. And if it was me wearing the dress, this is probably the lip I would choose. I would choose this kind of color. And I like this in the liquid better than in the cream bullet, because a lot of shimmery cream bullet lipsticks, they can look a little too textured. I like the real super smooth, almost metallic look of this instead. So for the berry, this is from one of my favorite brands again. This is Kaylin Cosmetics. These are their Star Wave metallic tint. This one is number 8. And remember, these guys are bulletproof. So this is a really fun magenta berry color. It has that metallic but matte finish to it. So it's not super wet like the other lip gloss, the ColourPop one. If you wanted to have a little bit wetter of a look and maybe even pick up some of this gold in here, this is the cream lip gloss topper from Bite Beauty, and this is in Rose Pearl. And just kind of like that She Devil lip glitter, this has a holographic golden green in it. And so if you see as I move, you get some of that gold and green in there. It's not really crazy, so this is why I didn't choose this as the adventurous lip, because it's nothing super bonkers. But again, depending on whether you tend to stray more towards the berry lips, the copper topaz one is going to be a little more adventurous, and if you tend to go towards browns and oranges, this is going to be a little more adventurous. For all of my dancers who are more deeply melanated, I might recommend the ColourPop one, because this is going to shine really, really beautifully against the rest of your face. Even if you have red undertones or even really intense neutral or olive undertones, this is going to look absolutely gorgeous against this. It won't look ashy, and it'll really show on your skin and pick up a lot of color. Okay, I think this is looking good. A lot of fun texture, a lot of fun color, and this will be fun to play in. So, let's get to the meet and greet. Get to know this lady. So here we are again with Dragon Butterfly from Designs to Shine. The first thing you'll notice about this dress is it's very full coverage. So if you're a dancer who really likes to be completely covered, whether it's all the way down to the arms, you don't like too much chest showing, you don't like any cutouts, you don't like slits in the skirt, and if you don't like a lot of back showing, this is a great choice. The nice thing is the bodysuit is still sheer enough that it's going to breathe really nicely. The chiffon doesn't start until a little bit later down here, and even then it has the illusion of a cutout, but it's still a bodysuit, so it kind of has what we might call modesty panels, where, you know, in some other dresses this might be an opening with straps and your skin could be visible through it, but not for this dress. This is all bodysuit, and this is really fun too with the stones here, so it's a nice stone bodysuit. The sleeves are sheer with just a really nice scattering of these Jet AB and Aurum stones on them. The sleeves also have a really fun detail here that's the same as the front piece. And there's also a slice of this beautiful little butterfly wing that we can see right here as well. So this is a really symmetrical dress. If you love symmetry in your dresses, this is a great choice. I really, really love this dress. It's very attractive to the eye. And of course, on one hand, asymmetrical dresses can create movement even when they're standing still. But the great thing about symmetrical dresses is when you move, it looks like you're moving that much more. So it's really, really great at highlighting that. And especially for smooth, as you create kind of those watercolor painting types of lines with your body, this will really enhance it. So this is a very high sweetheart neckline with these cap sleeves. This is great if you feel like you're very square up in your rib cage, or if you feel very small in your shoulders. This will create a little bit more volume in your shoulders to highlight your arms. So if you feel like you're very pear-shaped or you're very small on top, this will very much give a little bit more attention to your shoulders. And it's a beautiful way to do it with both fringe and decoration, right? Also, all of this detail will actually minimize your bust if you feel like you have very large breasts and you want to take a little bit of attention away from them. It'll give you some really nice cleavage, actually, but it won't make you look too hefty. Usually if something is very plain, a lot of times that can make it look bigger, whereas all of this detail, it takes a single focal point away, and so it creates it a little bit more even shape. This dress has sleeves. I recommend sleeves if you feel insecure about your arms or you don't like showing them and you like that less than being really sweaty. My arms are large and in charge, and they're also very short. So sleeves will make them look slimmer and longer. I tend not to wear sleeves personally because I'm very sweaty and sleeves make me very warm. But I've always really loved the look of sleeves, so I'm envious. It's not that I don't like sleeves, it's more that I wish I could wear them. See how this brings it all in and creates a really narrow silhouette? If you feel like you're wide in the rib cage or you feel like you're very heavy on top, this will cinch that up in the back. That's one of the reasons this dress will look really excellent if you're in frame also, not just in open positions and smooth. So this will make you look like you have a really nice slim back. It'll cinch in your waist because you can see how this border goes. And all of this will hide anything that you might feel like you want to hide. So it's a really beautifully constructed dress. I really love it. I love the colors. It's so much fun. Yeah. Designs to shine. You can snap this girl up for yourself if you want. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks again to Brent Mills for his music for my channel. A link to Ballroom playlist and Music Mill software is down in the description. Thanks so much to Carly for all her editing and tech help. And most of all, thank you for watching. If you love this, make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a video. Alright, come back soon, get your daily dose of vitamin D. It's good for you. Have a wonderful day, folks, and I'll see you next time.